First of all, let's just start with, for those who were tuning in, like, leprous journals, leprosy Kenya. Maybe break it down for us, the title and why you chose even to title the book in such a manner.
Well, it's based on a biblical story. There's a man called Naaman in 2 Kings 5, who was a general, but he had a leprosy. He had leprosy. And his story resonates with a lot of people who are either in leadership or influence, people who are gifted, people who have power, whether it is in the secular or in the religious areas. There are a lot of people who are generals. They're performing very well. They've got certain roles, but then they also have their own personal issues. And so I thought, just to capture the whole of that, we call it leprous generals. Yeah.
So in the book you talk about, people having gifts.
Yes.
And this is, like you said, whether you're in sports, you're in arts, you're in media, you're in politics, or any form of leadership. You talk about how people have certain gifts.
Yes.
And talents, I guess. But they also have within them some struggles.
Yes.
But then you also talk about how people see the gift, not the bearer or carrier.
Yeah, because, most of the spaces we enter are based on gifts that we have. We have a very transactional kind of culture where it is what you offer and what I get, how that makes me feel, how I benefit from what you offer. So if Willis is offering this, I begin to relate with you based on what you offer. So we mostly get stuck at what you offer, which is your gift, because your gift benefits people. Every time you activate or you implement or you bring out your gift, there are people who are benefiting from that. So the gift makes them feel very good because it meets their needs. And sometimes people don't go beyond the gift to know what it even costed you to express that gift. If you're a singer, they love your singing, but they may never want to know what even pushed you there. The interesting thing is that sometimes your gift is your way of lulling yourself from your pain. Sometimes that is what God gives you. It may be music, I may be singing because I've gone through so much. So music is my escape from my pain. Then people love this. They don't understand that gift is not just a gift to them. It's first of all a gift to you. It's your gift so that you heal, so that you are whole. It brings in a certain balance to you. So they appreciate that, but sometimes they don't go beyond the gift to know who is Willis, who is Chris. And sometimes they don't even want to know. Yeah. So it becomes a lot of pressure. It becomes a lot of pressure because now you're relating with people that you wish they would want to know you. You'd wish they would appreciate you. But sometimes they don't want to do that. Yeah.
And so what do we do? Because there's a quote right on the top here. The secret of a man's success is in his struggle, while the threat to a man's success is in his secret struggle. So what you're saying is that everybody, no matter from, I dare say, the president down to the janitor, has secret struggle.
Everybody has a struggle. And you see the two kinds of struggles that I talk about. They're those external ones that are very visible, so everybody knows. The problem with when you have external struggles is that everybody knows. And those who have internal struggles sometimes look like they're the better. And they easily can point out fingers to those who have external struggles. If somebody is a drunkard, it's so easy to say this person drinks. They have an addiction. They're smoking and all of that. So they look bad. But you see, their struggles are just external. Somebody else is struggling with jealousy. That's not visible. Somebody else is struggling with bitterness and anger. There are people who are just haters, They don't think that's a struggle. They don't think that's a struggle. They will see you out over there. They'll see you up over there. They can never compliment you for anything. They can never see any good thing in anybody. But they don't think that's a struggle because they think, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm not sleeping around, I'm not doing this. So everybody does have a struggle. And there's a part I've written that if you only can identify the leprosy in somebody else, then you probably have a leprosy too. If you only see struggles in other people, you have a struggle, and your struggle is you don't see your struggle. So
how can somebody identify the struggle? What is the process like? How can I have my friends Kinawini say, Kwana Musamanyo, you called yourself to a meeting. How do you do that and objectively locate where you think your struggle is?
I think every gifted person needs to have a support system, an accountability system. And you need to have people who don't fear you, people who see Willis. They don't see the Willis on TV. Mm-hmm. They see Willis. They're not afraid of you. They're not intimidated. They're not jealous. They love you. They support you. Mm-hmm. But they're also truthful to you. The danger is when I allow my gift to get into my head, mm-hmm. where I'm no longer listening to anybody. Because the gift is precious in the eyes of whoever has it. And it will open doors. It will bring you into spaces that you never thought it would. Sometimes it will bring money along with it, you know, mm-hmm. and so bring and bring power and influence. Yes. And the danger is when you allow that gift to get into your head, where you no longer relate with people as a person, and you relate with them also from the point of your gift, where you feel, what are you telling me? You know, you're not at the place where I am at. I'm a superstar, I'm a celebrity, I'm a this, so there's nothing you're telling me. You're not doing as well as I am. You need to surround yourself with people who you know are feeding you on the inside. They're feeding the person, not the gift. One of the mistakes that most gifted people do is to look for platforms and to look for the mentors of the gift, not the mentors of the carrier of the gift. So if I am a singer, I'm looking for somebody who will help me grow as a singer and to walk into those platforms. If I am a speaker, I'm looking for somebody who will mentor me in my speaking. Sometimes that's not what you need. Sometimes you need somebody who will teach you how to be a good person, teach you how to be respectful, teach you how to remain humble, teach you how to be grounded. So you need people in your life who are not intimidated, they're not jealous, and they love you for real. You need a support system and accountability system. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so once I've identified my struggle, and most people, so let's say I know, my own internal struggle, and I'm trying to work it out, but at the same time I still need to, for lack of a better word, execute my gift.
Yes.
I still need to be a president, I still need to be a governor, I still need to be a TV presenter, I still need to be a footballer, I still need to be a leader to my organization, yet I still have this struggle. So how am I supposed to find that balance?
You know, the interesting thing is that, as I said before, that most of the time it is what heals you that heals others. One of the things that I do is a show, but I talk to people about things that I struggled with before in trying to identify what masculinity was. I was trying to find out, what is masculinity? When people say be a man, what do they mean? Be a man. And so in searching answers, I started talking to people about that. Never allow your inadequacies to stop you from executing your gift. Because the gift is perfect. It comes from God. The gift is perfect. The man is not. The man is work in progress. And you don't allow people who are not objective to stop you from executing what you were called to do just because you have not attained information, the stage of the gift. So you work, that's why you need people around you who keep on keeping you grounded. They walk with you and they say, now Willis, yesterday you messed up, but not resign. They're not saying you get off air because yesterday you were late or something. They're working with you because they can see there is this gift in you. They're working with you, but they still allow you to go into the battlefield. So if I get back into like Naaman, regardless of his leprosy, he kept on leading to war, and he was winning battles over there. He was winning battles over there. So you just understand that you're work in progress, so don't think of yourself too highly. But then don't stop doing what you're doing. Yeah.
There is a fine line there about don't think of yourself too highly. So yes, you do not want to be proud, you want to remain humble, but again, you've been through some things.
Yes.
And so there is a level of mediocrity, say, that you don't handle. So there's a line there between, don't entertain rather, there's a line there between pride and also not beating up yourself at the same time because of your inadequacy. And
when you understand that your gift is perfect, this is the bottom line. When you understand that the gift is perfect and you are not, you will not beat yourself too much. But then you will not give yourself the excuse
that the gift is perfect.
Yes, and I am not. No, that gives you permission now to work on yourself. It is not an excuse to remain at that level. It is permission to work on yourself so that you are not thinking, man, I can't make it. Because that's what a lot of people do. And so many times I've had to beat myself, you know, thinking I need to be better than this. I need to do better than this. And not allowing myself to grow and not allowing myself to just go through the process and understand that there are times I will fail. There are times I will fall. There are times that I will faint, but I need to pick up myself again. So when we say the gift is perfect, the man is not, it is just to allow you to understand that you can actually grow. Don't accept mediocrity, but at the same time, you know, don't get proud. Yeah.
So you have to find that very delicate balance.
Balance, yes.
Between doing that and that.
Yeah.
So what happens then to people, and if you look at even the stories that we've seen just this year alone, we've seen people who again we thought were living the life. Robin Williams, Avicii, Anthony Bourdain, all these people, you know, committing suicide. And so you wonder, you ask yourself, is that also what you're talking about in terms of to them, and not to pass judgment on them or whatever, but to them, was it that they got overwhelmed and does beating yourself up, is that what leads to depression? And then you can't see clearly, are there bloodlines there?
Yes, it is. It is. Interesting. I lost a friend recently, one person who I would be doing shows with, and the most bubbly, and then, you know, sadly, this was somebody who was dealing with depression. Interesting how the area of your weakness, normally, while you're dealing with it, it becomes strength to the other people, and they don't know that this is what you were trying to heal yourself with. You can be making people laugh, but you're depressed. You can be making people happy, but you are sad yourself, and you leave that place and there's nobody to do that to you. There's nobody to put back into you what you've been putting into people. And that's the danger of defining yourself with your gift, or being defined by your gift, because then in the giftedness you keep on giving and giving and giving. When you realize that you are first Willis and then there is the gift, then you will have certain relationships that are based on the person. And as a person, you need acceptance. As a person, you need acknowledgement. You need accolades. As a person, you need real relationships around you where there's no pressure. So people get overwhelmed, you know, people get overwhelmed. And sometimes, you know, what happens with such kind of people and such kind of leaders and influencers, which happen again to Naaman, is that you have to put this guard. Now, one of the things about the leprous generals I talk about is the armor. The armor to somebody else looks like beautiful dress up.
Right.
They don't understand that that is how you're trying to protect yourself. You're hiding something, and this thing you're using to hide something looks so beautiful. A lot of people will adapt what you use in trying to hide your weaknesses, and they think that looks so beautiful, you know. So sometimes what we think is strength is people's cover-up of their insecurities, and it can lead somebody to the place of depression, you know.